Thank you all for being here. And a special thanks to Premier Smith, Deputy Premier Ellis, Minister Sigerson, Minister Glubish, Minister Newdorf, Minister Scow, Minister Nally, Minister Sane, Deputy Minister Stone, and Mayor Hnatiw. It is a pleasure to be here with all of you on the traditional territories of the peoples of Treaty 7 in southern Alberta. The city of Calgary is also home to the Métis Nation within Alberta, including Nose Hill Métis District 5 and Elbow Métis District 6. We are proud of what is being announced today and are even more excited about what it signals for Alberta's future. So with that, it is my privilege to welcome the Premier of Alberta, Danielle Smith.
Well, thanks, Keith, for that introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. It is great to be here. You'll hear from a few of my ministers and other speakers in a moment. R.J. Sigurdsson, Minister of Affordability and Utilities, Nate Glubish, Minister of Technology Innovation, Alanna Hnatiw, Mayor of Sturgeon County, and Gary DeMasi, Vice President of Data Center Strategy at Meta. We're taking a break from Stampede to celebrate an historic win for Alberta. And I'm happy to announce that Meta has announced plans to build its first Canadian data center in Alberta, representing an investment of more than $13 billion in our province. This is, This is one of the largest private sector investments in Canadian history. The project will create more than 3,000 construction jobs, support 300 operational jobs, and generate approximately $250 million annually in benefits for Albertans, including through royalties, taxes, levies, and fees. Meta is also investing approximately $60 million in local infrastructure improvements, including roads and water infrastructure. In addition, Alberta ratepayers will see approximately 6% as a reduction in the transmission portion of their electricity bills through Project Greenlight, which is a $4.6 billion, 970 megawatt natural gas-fired electricity generation facility that was announced last week by Pembina Pipeline Corporation, Hnatiw, and Morgan Stanley Infrastructure Partners. This facility will generate electricity using natural gas produced right here in Alberta. And electricity that will help to power this data center. Data centers are specialized facilities where thousands of servers and networking equipment process and store data, connecting people to the technologies and services they use every day at work and in their homes. The photos, videos, documents, and messages that we share online all rely on data centers to be stored and processed. These facilities power meta technologies, including Facebook Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, MetaQuest, Threads, and AI wearables, helping to connect billions of people worldwide. Alberta has created the right conditions for growth and investment, and it's paying off as world-leading companies take note. This is a success that goes beyond low taxes and less red tape. Alberta is the ideal North American spot for data centers, thanks to affordable electricity, flexible power generation, a cooler climate, a skilled workforce, and lots of homegrown expertise in AI. The global race for computing power is ramping up like never before, driven by demand from artificial intelligence and data centers. And to date, it's drawn interest representing as much as $200 billion in potential investment. But attracting investment is only part of the equation. Alberta has been clear that growth must happen responsibly, and Alberta created rules for large AI data centers before opening the door to investment. Those rules help to keep electricity reliable and affordable, protect Alberta's water resources, ensure major projects pay their own way and deliver long-term economic benefits and sizable contributions to government revenues for Albertans. Unlike many jurisdictions competing for AI investment, Alberta requires large data centers to bring their own power, pay for the infrastructure needed to support their operations, and meet strict environmental and water standards. Those province-wide standards are being applied to all projects under consideration. The Sturgeon data center will be within Alberta's industrial heartland, which is a designated industrial zone not used for farming, residential housing, or food production. The investment also includes new digital infrastructure connecting Alberta to broader North American networks, a lasting benefit to Alberta businesses and communities. And beyond the economic benefits, environmental stewardship remains a key requirement. Protecting Alberta's water resources has also been a key consideration in the project's design. Meta's Sturgeon data center will use a closed-loop liquid cooling system with dry cooling that requires no operational water use for cooling. Water use at the site will be limited to domestic uses, fire protection, and equipment maintenance, with all approvals required under the Alberta's Water Act. Taken together, these measures demonstrate Alberta's approach to responsible growth, attracting world-class investment while protecting the resources and infrastructure that Albertans rely on. Add to that our low corporate taxes, our highly skilled workforce, and a supportive regulatory environment, and we believe our province can compete with any jurisdiction on earth in what we have to offer. Alberta is well on the way to becoming a central player at the heart of the AI revolution, and now with that, I would like to ask Gary DeMasi from Meta to share more about the project.
Thank you, Premier Smith, for those generous remarks and for your steadfast support for this project. Your leadership and your commitment to innovation have helped make this possible today, so thank you so much. We're grateful to our partners at the Premier's Office, Ministry of Technology and Innovation, Invest Alberta, Sturgeon County, and Mayor Hnatiw, the Alberta AI Concierge Team, and the many organizations and individuals whose vision and collaboration brought us to this milestone today. I also want to acknowledge Minister Neudorf and the Minister of Affordability and Utilities, along with Brett Wilson, for being strong advocates for this project from the beginning, along with Minister Glubish and the Ministry of Technology and Innovation for putting Alberta on our radar in the first place. And to all the elected officials joining us today, thank you for your support and for welcoming us into this outstanding community. We are proud to be investing here and excited about what we can achieve together. Today, we are thrilled to announce that Sturgeon County, Alberta, will be home to Meta's newest data center, our first in Canada and our largest outside the US. This 2.9 million square foot facility will represent an investment of more than 13 billion Canadian dollars. We are also making strategic network infrastructure improvements to ensure the region can accommodate future large-scale developments. And this fall, we will launch our annual Data Center Community Action Grants program, which provides direct funding for local nonprofits that support the community. Like all of our data centers, we're proud that the Sturgeon data center's electricity use will be matched with 100% clean and renewable energy. In other words, we'll add enough clean energy to the grid to cover the entire data center's electricity consumption. Importantly, Meta pays the full costs of our data center's energy use, so those costs are not passed on to consumers. Here in Alberta, we are fully funding new generation and grid infrastructure to support our data center, which will improve reliability across the entire Alberta grid and benefit all consumers. So thank you to Greenlight Limited Partnership, AltaLink, Capital Power, and the Alberta Electric System Operator, and the Alberta Utilities Commission for working with us from the beginning to plan our energy needs. At Meta, we also strive to be good water stewards. We're proud to minimize water use in our data centers by design from the start. We use water as efficiently as possible in our operations. For this data center, we plan to use a water-efficient, closed-loop liquid cooling system, which uses dry cooling for the rest of the data center. As a result, the cooling system requires no operational water. The on-site water use is limited to domestic uses, fire protection systems, and some equipment maintenance applications. To put that into perspective, our annual water use is actually less than a typical Alberta golf course. And Meta has a goal to be water positive in 2030. That means we'll restore more water than we actually consume in our local watersheds. Here in Alberta, we're partnering with ALUS and local farmers to conserve 200 acres of grasslands, trees, and wetlands within the North Saskatchewan River watershed, just as a start. In Sturgeon County, we're proud that we're not just investing in technology, we're investing in people. We're investing in jobs, long-term relationships, and in being a reliable partner who listens to and shows up for their neighbors. The collaboration, the warmth, the pride that you bring to this province inspires and challenges us to live out our mission of building the future of human connection and the technology that makes that human connection possible. We believe that the success of a data center is only possible when the community itself succeeds along with it. More than that, we want Sturgeon County and Alberta to thrive. So we look forward to putting down roots in this community and building a strong and positive partnership for many years to come. So thank you. Please join me in welcoming Minister Glubish to the podium.
Well, thanks everybody. This is a big deal for Alberta. I think we can all agree on that. But more importantly, it did not happen by accident. It happened by design. 2 years ago, I came to the Premier with a vision to make Alberta the destination of choice in Canada for AI data center infrastructure investment. And she gave me the mandate to go and build a plan, launch a strategy, build a team, launch our concierge service, and get out there and sell Alberta. Thank you, Premier, for giving me that opportunity. I remember it was about 2 years ago I first sat down across from the global data center team at Meta in their headquarters in Silicon Valley. And at the time they had not heard of Alberta. But I can promise you that that meeting was the beginning of everything that then led to where we are today. And so it has been a real privilege to lead this effort on behalf of the Government of Alberta and to work alongside of all of my minister colleagues. Thank you for all of your work. Thank you to the public servants who backed us up. Thank you to my concierge team, to Invest Alberta, for all of your effort to make this a reality. Folks, we didn't do it by accident. We did it by design. We did it in a way that is going to benefit Albertans. We did not want to be first and rush in blindly. We wanted to be smartest to ensure that we had fair, reasonable, clear regulatory framework, a clear regulatory framework, so that anybody who wants to build a data center here knows exactly what to expect, exactly what they need to do, and every Albertan can be confident that their interests are protected and that they will benefit from this investment. And I am confident to say that Meta's announcement today is just further proof of all the work that we have been putting in over the last 2 years to make this a reality, and I believe it will be the first of many. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for that, Minister Glubish, and good afternoon, everybody. It has been a great couple of weeks for Alberta. Our energy and electricity sectors and our province's future is looking so bright right now, and today's announcement with Meta is no exception. This data center proves that Alberta has the power to drive and lead global innovation on our own terms. Now, when we set out to attract these data centers, we knew that we needed to strike the right balance between protecting the reliability and affordability of electricity for Albertans and building a pathway that enabled data centers to advance to market with incredible speed. Now, Meta choosing to make this historic investment in Alberta makes it abundantly clear that we hit our target. This project blends grid-connected electricity with new generation. Enabling that grid connection through the ISO's initial interim grid allocation process was crucial in giving Meta the speed to market they needed. Without this grid-connected pathway, Alberta may not have landed this massive new tenant. Now, the first phase will draw 970 megawatts of electricity from the grid under a long-term contract with a wholesale power provider. The $4.6 billion privately funded natural gas-fired Greenlight Electricity Center announced last week will be co-located on this site and enable the project to scale up to its full 1,800 megawatt capacity without drawing further from the province's power grid. Now, by encouraging the direct pairing of data center proponents like Meta with projects like Greenlight, we are bolstering the reliability of our power grid, and we're doing it using homegrown talent, as you've heard, with Calgary-based Pembina Pipeline and Kineticor powered the project forward. This is how we safely welcome AI data centers into our province without putting our system at risk. On top of that, our government brought in cost causation principles, which ensure that data centers, not ratepayers, pay for the required grid upgrades. This was designed to benefit electricity consumers across the province. And as you've already heard, a lot of people ask me, what's the benefit of data centers as far as electricity is concerned? In this case, in this project, Albertans could see a reduction of up to 6% on the transmission portion of their utility bill. This is good news for all Albertans. This project demonstrates that Alberta can support major new investment and create opportunities for growth, all while maintaining a strong, reliable, and affordable electricity system at the same time. It's another vote of confidence in Alberta, in our people, and in our future. And I think on three, it's day 6 of Calgary Stampede. I think we should give this project on 3 a big yahoo. 1, 2, 3. Yahoo! All right, now with that, I have the honor to invite Mayor Alanna Hnatiw to speak for Sturgeon County. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sigerson. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for, y'all just happen to be here in Calgary. It is fitting that we're gathered here because what we're talking about today is certainly bigger than any one municipality. It is about Alberta's future and Canada's place in a world that is rapidly changing. To the Meta team and to Gary DeMasi, congratulations and thank you for choosing to invest in Sturgeon County. Your decision shows that you do see the real value in our region and in Alberta's industrial heartland. When major projects like this are announced, they bring excitement and opportunity, and they also bring questions, especially around infrastructure and our precious natural assets. And those questions are fair, and as a municipality, it is our job to be able to steward multiple priorities all at the same time. And we welcome investment and new opportunities, and we protect the quality of life in Sturgeon County that the people have expected us to safeguard. And that balance is at the heart of every decision we make. And that is why our long-term planning has directed intensive, large-scale projects to establish heavy industrial areas like Alberta's industrial heartland and the Sturgeon County Industrial Park. These areas were deliberately planned and zoned for heavy industry, and they have the right infrastructure, the right land use framework, and the buffer zones between industry and homes. We have strong controls around power and water, environmental performance, and land use. And projects must show that they can operate under clear limits, respect our environment, and fit in within the broader regional plan. The benefits to our residents are clear. Jobs and careers closer to home, a stronger, more diverse local economy, and a broader industrial tax base that helps keep residential and business property taxes competitive. And private investment in roads, utilities, and connectivity that improves life across the region. This announcement today is a part of a larger story. With projects like Greenlight Electricity Center, a major power project approved to supply dedicated electricity in the heartland, Sturgeon County is becoming an important part of Canada's emerging AI and power corridor. And that brings opportunity, and it also brings with it responsibility. And speaking directly to the environmental side of the story, because it is deeply important to each of us, I'm so pleased that Meta has embraced the environmental standards in our designated industrial zone and that they are willing participants in our approach to responsible land stewardship. On behalf of Sturgeon County, I would like to thank you for your support of the alternative land use system in our region, which supports the renewal of strong relationships with landowners who are responsible and passionate about our environmental conservation and enhancement. Your support of this system allows Sturgeon County to achieve cleaner water, healthier wildlife habitat, increased resilience to flooding and drought, and more sustainable landscapes for future generations. And that delivers long-term environmental and social impacts. And it takes partnerships with the province of Alberta, with Invest Alberta, with industry, and with international investors to see the long-term potential in this region. In Sturgeon County, we've spent more than 2 decades building the foundation for responsible growth, planning our industrial areas carefully, investing in modern infrastructure, and working with our neighbors and partners to make the Heartland a place where major projects can succeed without losing sight of what our communities value. Today's announcement shows that this long-term approach is paying off. To the province, thank you for creating a competitive environment for investment and for supporting regions like ours as we grow. And to Meta, thank you for your confidence in Sturgeon County and in Alberta. We want you to succeed here, and we know that that success will be shared within our community. On behalf of my council, I would also like to recognize Sturgeon County's administration. We run a bit of a sweatshop around the county, I might say. They're all incredibly hardworking folks, and it's so indebted to them. Projects like this do not happen without the tireless efforts from our staff. Planning, coordinating across partners, reviewing complex proposals, and making sure that growth is managed responsibly and in line with our residents' expectations. So thank you, heartfelt thank you to our team for your dedication and professionalism. And finally, to our residents, as we move forward, we will continue to set the high standards on power, water, and environmental stewardship and land use. We are building in Sturgeon County. We're building a future where we welcome innovation and opportunity and protect what matters most to our residents and play a meaningful role in Alberta's and Canada's emerging AI economy. That is the balance that we're committed to. So thank you all and congratulations to everyone involved in bringing this project to Alberta and to Sturgeon County. And I'd like to now invite Keith Bradley to close us out. Thank you so much, Keith, to you and your team for your support along the way. Thank you.